to open the public hearing for the East Side TIF District as part of our statutory requirements for establishing the East Side TIF District. This proposed tax increment financing district covers the approximate 9 acres at 503 North 12th Street. Owned by Diane Brown, is presently an open vacant farm field. The city has plans to develop that property in 18 to 23 different potential single-family homes. They will be owner-occupied. They would be certainly market-rate housing. We would have a minimum size on that, depending on as we move forward, but certainly the expectation would be for a minimum of 1,600 square feet for each home. Again, single-family, owner-occupied, typical 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, plus garage type facility. The city would develop this property. We would extend water and sewer services to this property, put in road, curb, gutter. As part of, we would annex this parcel only into the city so that it would be provided with 24/7 police and fire protection. It would also have, like I said, curb, gutter, city services, so that we would have to control runoff, drainage, water retention to protect any neighbors. If it's within the city limits and the city's developing it, there would be no concern for having independent wells or septic systems that could have septic fields leaching out into neighboring properties. So we feel that this would be a good development, a good addition to the city, and provide what we hear a lot is sites for families to build new homes. We have a housing development study that was done, conducted by Northern Illinois University, and it certainly was clear that there was a demand and a need for at least 75 single-family homes here in our community. This would be in the Monmouth-Roseville School District. Again, that's kind of our, Lou, anything that you would add to that I may have missed?
Sure, I think the only thing I would emphasize, as you had mentioned there, is the tax increment financing district is primarily intended to pay for the public infrastructure improvements. There would be no incentives to developers for home builders. In fact, new home construction is not a TIF eligible expense. So this would be used, these are not general fund property taxes. These are specific TIF taxes that would be used to pay for the debt service on the extension of the water, sewer, streets, and sidewalks into the, to open up the neighborhood, the subdivision.
Yeah, I think it's important to, again, clarify that TIF districts are not taxing bodies. TIF districts do not levy taxes. A TIF district is an agreement between all the taxing bodies to put the increased portion caused by new development, new construction, new expansions into the increment financing. Again, the taxing bodies agree. They keep the original base, that increase or the increment, it goes into the TIF district, as Lou mentioned, to pay for any of the debt service on the infrastructure that the city would extend into that subdivision. At this time, if anyone wishes to ask any questions or address council, it's available. Just step to the podium and state your name, please. Over here.
I like that one.
That's a camera. It's a camera.
Always wanted to be on camera. You said debt service. Do you mean principal included?
Correct.
Okay,
They would issue tax increment financing bonds, and the tax increment finance would retire those bonds, not general fund or debt service from the city, but the revenues created within the TIF district.
but when you explained it, you didn't say principal. So I picked up on that.
Debt service includes both principal and interest, at least
Well,
in my
okay,
perspective.
just wanted to make that clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you explain the other areas of the TIF? I listened to your, the thing on the radio, what their plans are for the rest of the property. You've only mentioned this one redevelopment area.
Yeah, and that's the development the city has. There were some other properties along North 11th Street, which were commercial sites that are existing. Those sites would be in the TIF district, and that would be, the TIF incentives would be available. For example, the one that comes to mind, the Old Eagles Club, sitting vacant. If somebody wanted to acquire that property and develop it, it would be eligible for a TIF incentive. The acquisition, demolition, if that's the way it went. If there were other commercial sites along North 11th that wanted to remodel, renovate their properties, they would be in the TIF district, and there would be possible TIF incentives for that, like we've done on North Main Street and some other areas.
I think also the redevelopment plan had identified certain segments of roadway, and some drainage areas that could be addressed with public funding.
Thank you.
So some examples of the other TIF district is like the old Fred Jenks Agency, that they got a redevelopment, the old Review Atlas, they were in a redevelopment. Those are examples of people in other TIF districts that have utilized these TIF incentives to rehab their buildings.
And the old car wash on North Main. It was
Yeah,
torn down.
Yeah, where Dane's Coffee is today, yes.
Would any of these areas that right now are zoned as commercial or business, is there any possibility that they're gonna be rezoned as residential, or residential be rezoned as commercial? Is that in any of the plans?
The owners of those properties would have to make that
That'd
request.
be a request, okay.
Yes, we're not going to, we can't force them
Can't,
to do that.
okay, all righty, that makes sense.
And then they would have to go through the
Planning
process of,
yeah. To get something rezoned, you have to make an application to our planning commission. The planning commission hears the argument for change, and then they make recommendation to council, and then council ultimately approves that if they find it, that it was done properly or whatever, so.
I guess I'll take the podium for a second. I'm interested in knowing how the dollar's determined for the TIF district based upon rising assessed valuation. If I own a home there and the TIF district went in and the assessed valuation went up, is the increase based upon all those dollars going to the TIF district based upon the increase in appreciation? Or what approach is used?
The TIF sets a baseline.
What's that?
The TIF sets a baseline for the
Okay.
year. If your assessed valuation for that year is $90,000, that $90,000 of assessed valuation will go to all of the taxing bodies as it always has.
I
Any
understand.
incremental increase in that 90 stays in the TIF district for the life of the TIF
So
district.
that's the question I'm asking. If that assessed value goes above $90,000,
Right.
then the TIF district gets 100% of it.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
That's what a
And
TIF district
therefore,
does.
the schools and other entities, including the law enforcement, get nothing.
as per the TIF agreement. They have agreed to share. And again, the fact that there's a TIF district, again, to be clear, the township and the county determine assessed valuation, not the city and not the TIF district. That's the township and the county. They set assessed valuations of existing property. if there's an existing property and you haven't made any improvements to it, I don't know why they would change it and raise that assessment.
Well, I was told by the assessor's office that dollars and cents was determined by a multiplier of some type that was kind of like beyond their, what do you call it?
Again, that's set by the county and the township, not the city and not the TIF district.
Will the project be handled by an outside entity? Would you
No, the
anticipate
city-
it would be, including construction?
The city will put in the infrastructure. Any new homes would be contracted by the homeowners.
With local, well, I'll say local, somebody within 50 miles,
Whoever the person who purchases the land
that's their choice.
wishes to have whoever they want to build their home.
Okay, well, that's nice to know because what was put out there east of Arby's sure wasn't good construction. Will there be any deviations from what is being shared at this time? Do you anticipate any deviations as to the approach?
No,
What's the longevity of the TIF? 20 years?
23 It's 23,
23 years.
23, right? Yeah.
Now, I say the Monmouth Main Street TIF real estate bill is $12,800. All but $18.50 goes to the TIF. United School District receives $8.89 out of those dollars, regardless of whether they have one more pupil or 20 more pupils. I'm not so sure that's in the best interest of our community. Do you have any idea what a single lot will cost?
I think right now we're looking at anywhere from $25,000 to $30,000 with the utilities. And road and curb gutter.
And I think you said new construction would be like 1,661 square feet.
We're talking about something in that range. We have not set final restrictions on it, but a typical single-family home, 1,600 square feet or more.
And what would you anticipate with your expertise that 1,600 square foot house would cost today?
I don't know what new construction is.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
I see there's 2 new ones going up right now, so there are people who are doing it
In town?
right outside, yes.
Do you have any input yet or idea of people that have came to you asking for a home or property to build a new home?
There's always been demand and inquiry about where we have housing available, as brought forth through the housing needs study.
That's interesting, because, I think all of us are very much aware that the cost of construction today is not the same as it was before COVID hit. It's prohibitive. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Just so everybody understands, this is not the same project that was east of Arby's. It's an entirely different type of project. This is single-family homes. That was put up all by one developer, and those units are rented. This is somebody that wants to build a home. So,
excuse me, Markham, so basically you're saying there will not be any deviation from that?
I'm saying that this is an entirely different project
No,
than what
I
is
heard that
east
part.
of Arby's.
I'm saying 6 months from now, the whole venue changes in the eyes of City Hall or the developers.
No,
It will not change.
no. Anyone else wish to address council or ask questions?
Be sure to express your opinion.
I just had a question on, I live 834 220 or 220th Avenue or 200th Avenue across the street from where that's going. and I know it's probably he said, she said, but someone said the school district scene is gonna change, cause I'm in United right now. Is that gonna change?
That doesn't change where you are. Where
Okay.
that is my understanding is Monmouth Roseville, where this is.
Okay, I heard that and I just wanted to make
No.
sure.
We cannot change.
Okay.
That's
I
between the
figured
school
so.
districts.
I
Yeah,
figured so, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Does anyone else wish to ask a question or address council? If no one wishes to address council, we will close this public hearing and we will hold our regularly scheduled council meeting at 6 o'clock. Thank you for coming tonight. I hope we've answered your questions. So, meeting to order. If you will please rise and join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If I could have a roll call for attendance, please.
Alderman Teal. Here. Alderman Bone.
Here.
Alderman Weber.
Here.
Alderman Connor.
Here.
Alderman Pineda.
Here.
Alderman Van Fleet.
Here.
Roll call complete.
Thank you. I'd entertain a motion for approval of the July 6th City of Monmouth Council meeting minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, a second. Are there any amendments or corrections? Hearing none, a roll call, please.
Teal.
Yes.
Bone.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Connor.
Yes.
Pineda.
Yes.
Van Fleet.
Pass.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Under presentations, does anyone wish to address council this evening? Hearing none, we will move on to our consent agenda, and we have one item, and that's approval of the bills.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Are there any items to be removed for further discussion or consideration? Hearing none, a roll call, please.
Bone.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Connor.
Yes.
Pineda.
Yes.
Van Fleet.
Yes.
And Teal.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Under Committee of the Whole, I don't see Jeannie Weber here this evening. Does anyone else wish to make a request on her behalf? Okay, we'll remove that from our agenda and consider it in the future. Mr. Singh, I believe if you would step to the podium. Mr. Singh is requesting a package liquor license. We do not have any available. Mr. Singh, I would allow you to address council and make your request.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Gurlal Singh. I live in Galesburg, Illinois, last 28 years. Originally, I'm from India. I was born in India. And I would like to request you all if you can create a one package liquor license. So I really like to open up a package liquor store with the grocery store, like chips, soda, etc., like this kind of stuff. So I'm here to request you all if you can create one package liquor license, please.
Mr. Singh, in the past, the council has kind of been reluctant to issue new ones. I will defer to council, and if you have any questions or anyone wish to make a comment.
So what address are you looking at, or do you have a building?
Actually, I do not have a building right now. I just ask the city first, like if there's any available, so I can look around and, yes, sir.
What are your future plans with it?
Just open up a small convenience store with the packaged liquor and maybe create a couple jobs for the community here locally. I'm sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
Oh, you're fine.
Sorry.
You're doing fine.
So would this just be beer and wine, or
No, beer, wine, liquor,
hard liquor too?
hard liquor, and then like chips, soda, candies, like this kind of stuff, a little bit grocery in it, so.
And is that license for just the sale,
It'd be off sale.
All
off-site
permits.
consumption?
Yep.
No on-site consumption,
And
just,
if they wanna do gaming, is that a separate?
that would be a separate issue. You would have to issue a pour license,
Okay,
which does not come with package.
okay.
I'll make a motion to come up with another license.
Package license. I have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second.
So the motion's gonna be for me to draw one up that you would vote on at your next meeting, that's what you're voting on, okay?
Okay, so
I got a question for him real quick. You're not trying to in the future try to train just in so you get gaming, correct?
No, sir.
Okay, because that's, was gonna be a no-go.
No, sir,
On
no.
my aspect anyway, I can't say for anybody else, but that would be a no-go, but, for me, but, I mean, we do have what, how many packaged liquors we have in town? One?
Taco's all I know.
Which one?
No.
The bottle.
The
Yeah, the
bottle.
bottle is only like packaged liquor.
Package is only one.
every gas station,
Well, I meant just actual
Actual-
liquor, packaged liquor
That's next
stores.
to the grocery store, right?
yes.
Same lot, isn't
Yep.
Technically, the wine shop sells packaged liquor.
No, I guess,
Yeah.
yeah, but they're more of a bar, cause they consume there too, so, you know what I mean?
So, I have a motion and a second. Any other discussions or comment?
I don't wanna put Markham through the extra work to do it. I don't mind a packaged liquor store, but I don't wanna put him through the extra work to draw that up unless you have a building.
Yeah, the first thing, like if I know, like you can create one, so I can start looking the building and see how much work I need to get done
Well,
to.
I guess what I'm saying is, I would just wanna know how many people would say yes before I wanna put you through that, so he can go buy a building.
It's not that difficult, but I appreciate your thought.
Alright,
So right now, we're voting for him to draw it up.
Right.
To draw it up.
He wants a packaged liquor license. We don't have an extra one right now. The ordinance that you would pass, would go from 7 to 8, class, whatever it is, 5 licenses, 4 licenses. So
And then when you draw it up, then we vote yes or no.
Then you would vote on it at the next,
Yeah, but you're voting, if you're gonna vote no, ultimately, I guess, why would you vote yes to this motion? But yes, you know what I'm saying?
it? We have, like, one per 1,200 people, something like that.
here's my
Yeah.
outlook on it though, if we're gonna take up if he's willing to take up an empty building and open another
I mean,
business
it is
in
a
it,
business, yeah.
business is business.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking
That's
at.
the way I look at it, get another business.
Well, before he can do the state application or the city, he does have to have a location, because liquor license are site-specific. They have an address. And so you will need, just because they pass this extra license, if they do, your application, you'll need a location in Monmouth.
Yes, I have to have a location, but before I start seeing
I
the building,
understand
I
that.
just
I
want
get
to
it. Yeah,
make
the
sure if
chicken
you
or
can
the
get
egg, I get
one.
it. Yep.
So that way I can look around the
get
building
it.
for lease or buying one, and then,
How many people do you plan on hiring?
full-time, I would say 2 people, or it could be 3 to 4, just part-time. And plus, it's depend on the business too, how it grow and how many do I need.
So there's a motion.
so we have a motion and a second. Any other questions? Hearing none, a roll call, please.
Weber,
Yes.
Connor,
Yeah,
Pinado,
Yes.
Van Fleet,
Yes.
Teal,
Yeah.
Bone.
Yes to the liquor license.
Motion carried.
Thank you
So-
so much for your time,
Yep,
everybody.
you
Thank so much.
find your location and then you can make your application.
So I can start
We'll have to
looking?
come back at our next meeting and then have council approve or disapprove of the adding of a liquor license. And then you'll be able to, if they approve, then I would suggest start looking.
So I can start looking for lease or to buy a building and then come back to the meeting again. So, well, thank you so much for all of you. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, under Committee of the Whole, we have our June Police Department report. Chief Schweitzer.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. For the month of June, we made 34 arrests. We issued 49 citations. There was 4,190 calls that came into the dispatch center. MPD handled 1,455 calls. The dispatch center dispatched out 2,757 calls. We handled 12 accidents, and the officers awarded 18 grant hours. Incidents to note for the month, I took part in Halfway for Freezing for Food, and MPD conducted tobacco vape compliance checks at businesses that sell tobacco and vaping products. We went to 12 locations, with 2 of those 12 locations being out of compliance, which meant they sold tobacco or vaping product to somebody under the age of 21, and they were both issued citations for that. The Stoneware swap meet was held at the Stoneware Museum. We had extra officers working that event. It was a large crowd. It was a good time, and there was no incidents to report for that. We did conduct police testing. We do have 3 potential candidates initially on the list, and there's several more testing processes they have to go through before we have a final list, and they'll be doing that in the coming weeks. Staff training, all officers successfully completed the required state mandated training that we work on every month. Equipment-related issues, several squad cars were taken in for scheduled and unscheduled maintenance to address operational concerns. And looking ahead for this year, we're currently planning for the car show coming up here on the 31st. And that's all I have for my report, unless anybody has any questions.
Do you, have you guys been doing any, or has the state been doing anything with like, you know, the places that sell, THC and stuff like that? Have they been doing any things to make sure they're not selling actual marijuana?
I believe they've worked on that in the legislature, and there was a law that was signed recently that addresses that. I haven't seen the context of that yet, but they do work on that on their own, yeah.
Okay, so they do it at the state level, we don't do it at the down, I mean.
For the most part, I mean, what we're doing for the ordinance is the vaping products. You have to be 21 years to possess it or to consume it, and same with the cigarettes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the one because we got a couple that sell, you know, the CBD and all that, make sure they're not
Right.
actually selling weed.
Right. I know some of the products you can get in the vaping area is pushing that legal limit. And like I said, there's action coming out of the legislature that's going to address that, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay, thank you.
Next, we have the Monmouth Fire Department June report. Chief Rexroth.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. For the month of June, we had 146 calls. That's 641 calls so far this year. That is a little higher than we normally have, but I think that the tornado going through town caused quite a few calls over those 2 days. And then, I don't know if you're all aware, but we did have 2 structure fires the day following that tornado went through. One was between 7 and 8 in the morning, I think is when it started. And then the other one was later at night. It was around 9 or 10 o'clock that night. But they were both extinguished very quickly. The guys did a great job getting there quick and getting them knocked down. And they did not cause very much damage to the homes, and nobody was injured. So that's the important thing. As far as training, probationary firefighters Reed and Ketchum are continuing through their probationary training as assigned. Excuse me. Both are finishing up their EMT training this week, actually. And then next week, they're going to go off to fire apparatus engineer in Bloomington, where that'll be their last class that they actually need during, at least initially, for the probationary year. And then once they're certified as EMTs, we'll get them started into the ranks and counting as manpower each day. Firefighter Melton, probationary firefighter Melton, has finished his EMT training. It finished last month and is now certified. He was already added to the rank and file and is counting every day. So that's one less spot to fill every day. All 3 shifts participated in the Halfway to Freezing for Food that was held up here at Save-A-Lot. Had great weather for it, so always happy to help out with that. We did have a small issue with Ladder 40. It wasn't able to start one day, and oddly enough, it happened late on a Friday afternoon, which was probably the worst time for something like that to happen. But so unfortunately, it was out of service over the weekend, but then they came back first thing Monday morning and found the issue, and it ended up being just a wire that had been rubbing on the frame and caused some kind of error, so didn't allow it to start. But once they found it, they got it fixed very quickly, and it's back in service. We did submit 2 grants to the FEMA Assistance to Firefighters Grant Program. One of them was for funding to purchase an engine for the department, and the other one was to purchase all new SCBA's for the department. I will tell you that we've applied for this grant a lot of times for apparatus without success. It is a very, very competitive grant for apparatus, and I just want to warn you of that. I'm really hopeful. I'm crossing my fingers that we wrote a great grant application, but a lot of times they go, it's out of your hands. It's the age of your equipment and how poor your situation is. And then there are a lot of fire departments out there that are dealing with a lot older trucks than we are, and so we kind of get kicked down the line a little bit. But I am hopeful that we'll get these grants. But yeah, they're supposed to issue all those awards by September 30th, so we should know pretty soon if that happens. As far as grants go, we did also receive the funding from the small equipment grant from the State Fire Marshal's office, and that was for stabilization struts for the department. We've had the last set for about 20 years now, and they were just getting some age on them, and we were happy to get those replaced. And we were just received them the other couple weeks ago. We're actually doing in-service training on those tomorrow morning, and then we'll be put in service. Lastly, I just wanted to say we this past week we held the water event. You probably noticed out here at West Park. We set up a nozzle in the park, had the police come out, and Advanced Plumbing and Mechanical was kind enough to donate some funding to purchase water and candy. And we had all the kids come out. It was the hottest day of the week, and over 90 degrees that day. And they loved running through the water that we had set up. So always a fun event, and we always get a lot of really good feedback from that. So, anybody have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we have a request from Mark Crane to purchase a city-owned vacant lot. Ken, I think Mr. Crane couldn't be here this evening. I think we'll ask you to make that presentation, please.
Good evening, council. What this is, we've got an offer for $2,200 to purchase a vacant lot that sits right next to Mr. Crane's house. This lot, he's been taken care of for probably over a decade. It's been a long time. He just recently cut a bunch of trees down after the storm went through. He'd kind of like to purchase the lot to just basically add it to his property, start, maybe plant some shrubs, different things like that. Let's dog run in it. No huge development plans for it at this time. This is one of the lots that we have tried to solicit some home building on in the past for a number of years and never really had any success on it. There's currently no leads, anything like that. Selling it to Mr. Crane would allow us to get some additional property tax and kind of raise the EAV there in the area a little bit. So this particular lot sits 900 block South 4th Street. We don't have a 911 address for it because there hasn't been a building there for a very long time. And yeah, I guess do you guys have any questions?
So you just adding it to his property, so it's gonna be one large property and
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Any other questions? I would entertain a motion for approval of the offer for the vacant lot adjacent to his property.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion?
Is this, I'm sorry, I'm really kind of torn on this. I appreciate that Mr. Crane has worked on this property all this time and put all that into it. Is this in keeping with our policy for the sale of property and making notification before there's a sale or taking bids?
This particular one, we've been engaged with him before we passed that policy. We had been negotiating with him on a price, that kind of thing, before we passed the policy.
We have been presenting it to other potential buyers and developers and home builders. I think we've shown it in to 3 or 4 different home builders that,
And no one was interested.
no.
Thank you.
Yep. So I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, a roll call, please.
Connor,
Yes.
Pineda,
Yes.
Van Fleet,
Yes.
Teal,
Yes.
Bone,
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item on our agenda, I think we had residents in the area at the intersection of East Clinton and North Fifth Street. They requested a four-way stop sign. I believe we have an ordinance here this evening to reflect that request. I would entertain a motion for approval of the ordinance as presented for that four-way stop at East Clinton and North Fifth Street.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Are there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, a roll call, please.
Pineda,
Yes.
Van Fleet,
Pass.
Teal,
Yes.
Bone,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
and Connor.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. I would entertain a motion for, to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you. We are